The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. Welcome to the Nikki Glaser Podcast. It's Tuesday. It feels like Sunday. I don't know what it feels like. I cannot believe it's Tuesday.
Time's been weird lately. I don't know why.
Really? For you too?
Yeah, maybe moving in, Omicron. I don't know.
God. I slept. I was supposed to get up at 8 today, or it's like 7:30. I think my alarm was for, and I slept till 10:57. What the hell?
What were you gonna do at 7 or 8?
I have so much to do.
I know.
Dude. It's like I have honestly so many things that now I can't do today because I have to go get Botox and microneedling and potential filler. I'm just like, I'm almost depressed at the idea of getting all this stuff done today. But it's like, you need to do it because my face is old and I'm about to be on TV. Like a lot. It's so insane. And I was watching The Bachelorette last night.
Yeah.
These 20-something, first of all, they've aged up on The Bachelorette. I think the median age, which I could also say average because those two things mean nothing different to me. I know median is if you list them all out, it's like the middle one.
I think is that mean? Who knows?
No, the mean equals average.
Oh, so you meant to say mean.
Well, I just said median. Well, I bet it would be the same. Sometimes they are the same.
Sometimes they're different, which is wild. When
That
you have
is
like 9
crazy.
37s in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. Not saying
well,
your
there's
age.
definitely not 9 37s in the middle of that list of ages. I just kept putting my own face if I got out of the car, how different I would look. Would I look like the old? Because at one point, an old woman gets out of the car and it's like, oh, it's an old woman.
She was the driver.
Yeah, and she was for the next Bachelorette. They're doing like the senior edition.
Oh.
And she was.
They're gonna need a ramp.
There's no steps. Oh, for a wheelchair.
I just love like going really old. Like we're gonna do the senior edition, and I mean, what is the senior edition? 40 and older?
60-something.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, she's really old.
Oh.
You think they would call it the senior edition if it was just people in their 40s?
Yeah.
That would be funny if they called it that, but they're not funny.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But so
Is
okay.
this like several? Do you think senior can sometimes mean people in their 40s? Like a senior citizen can mean someone in their 40s? Unless you're being funny.
Back in the day.
What, the 1801?
The day. You know the day. We all know it.
But all these girls that are 27, mean age of 28, by the way, is what I meant to say. Which is so different than it used to be, by the way. They used to have 18-year-olds on The Bachelor. I would say 2 years ago, you would look at someone average out their ages from The Bachelorette in 2016 versus this batch of them, and let's see what we get. Someone else do that. I don't have time for it.
Well,
I kind of want to do it, though.
Do you think the idea is that
they probably used to be 20 and 22, and
the
now
more
it's 28?
independent the woman nowadays, the longer they're waiting to get married?
I think their demo is aging. So they need to and they're smart. They listen to me. Because I said, I don't want to watch 22-year-olds pretend like
that they're going to get
know
married
what
too.
They want.
Yeah.
28-year-olds, okay, sure, you're still a little naive, but I can at least buy that you've been through some shit. And you're going to get more interesting people that have been through stuff, that have exes, that have baggage, that have history. Like, they're bringing more to work with on the show.
Yeah, it's not Fifth Wheel. It's not a limit date. It's not Shipwreck. You know, this is The Bachelor. And they're going to get married. Like,
you have to get married. You have to be engaged at the end of it.
Yeah.
By the way, the guy who hosts, the new host of The Bachelor, his name is, what's his name? I almost said Jesse Owens, and that is not it.
That's a black runner.
I know.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when people
Jesse
were senior
Palmer.
citizens. Jesse Palmer.
Oh, that's not way off.
You know who that is, right?
Oh, the football player?
Yes. Now,
I thought they hired a black guy. No?
oh, you would think, but they didn't. They hired this guy who looks like thick Robin Thicke.
He does look like thick Robin Thicke.
Robin really thick. And then
I know he gets his haircut. He played for the Gators.
okay.
He played quarterback. He was, he's an attractive guy. He gets his haircut where I get my hair. He's an attractive man.
So
he
you
could
ran
be a
into him
bachelor.
there?
Yeah.
David Letterman gets his haircut there too, right?
Yeah, same guy that I get my haircut with. Don't touch the beard, he tells the guy.
Okay.
And don't talk to me. And don't look at me in the eyes.
Now, Clayton.
Okay.
That's how the girls say it on the show. Clayton Clayton. Clayton Echard is a football player. He is the Bachelor. He is identical to the host. It's like you're watching a father and son on the show together.
Whoa.
This guy.
Does he look like a young Alan Thicke? Let's see.
Hold on. I'll try to do a side by side here.
I mean,
To me, I'm sorry. If I were someone who wasn't white, I'd go, all white people look the same. If I looked at these two next to
they
each
have a
other.
similar haircut. They're both tall, white men, athletic.
Big builds. It looks like Jesse's a little bit older than him. And Jesse was a past Bachelor.
By the way, working on
Clayton, by the way, is from St. Louis. Or Eureka.
Oh,
Yeah.
from Clayton. So F-Boy being on that set.
Yeah, look at them side by side.
Holy shit! Then Clayton's huge because Palmer is about 6'2", 6'3".
He's giant. His arms look like, he looks like Stretch Armstrong. It looks like his arms don't make sense. Anya kept being like,
Does he get
his
bigger in
arms
water?
Do not make, yeah, he's like one of those little sponge dinosaurs. He was a capsule when they first started out on the show.
I love those
They had a little
things so much. I don't know why.
You still do?
No, I did back in the day. Putting a capsule in water.
'Cause it
That
changed.
was our TikTok. It's like, whoa, boy! Look at it go! Look at it go! Look at that! It's a Stegosaurus.
Because you thought that like maybe your parents could change like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a little kid.
Or
All you
I
needed
could
was
grow.
a cup of
I
water.
could go through puberty.
Oh, that your penis could go to a capsule to a Stegosaurus.
That's why I put it in water all the time. I would just dip it for hours. Be like, turn into a brontosaurus.
Oh, you were a little boy. You probably did think like maybe I can. You liked watching things grow. Those things were cool. All of a sudden, it would go from like a little pill to like Jurassic Park.
I mean, it's
your bath.
unbelievable. Okay, wait. What was I saying?
Did you take baths as a kid?
baths?
Baths.
Baths?
Who bathed you as a child?
I think I don't know. I took a lot of jet. I fucked the jets. You know that. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
did take a lot of baths. We had an indoor jacuzzi, so I fucked those all the time. And
Would
that's-
you draw it
I don't even know
yourself?
if I put soap on.
You definitely didn't.
I just I was still dry from the top half
Oh my god.
because I was
That's
just
so
fucking the
funny.
jets on
You
my knees.
Oh god. And then you were just bathing in a pool of like. Would you come?
No, I tried. This is pre-dinosaur. This is before I developed
Back in the
into it.
day.
Yeah, back in back in the pill day when I was just a pill. Wait, what were we talking? Oh, F-Boy. If you're short on these shows, the chances of you winning is like 6%. Like, because when you're standing next to these tall guys in a lineup, I just don't think you can win. I don't think you can win. I want to see the height winners. It's probably like the presidents. They're all probably above 5'11".
Yeah, I think as a woman that likes short, that is not opposed to dating shorter men. I don't know. It is true that women society seems to prefer tall
I'm
men.
saying especially in a game like this where they're all lined up next to each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know. I'm trying to like play the card of like, well, if you're a woman and you're fucking even slightly ugly, but then also if you're a man and you're ugly.
I guess if you're in a lineup and you're ugly, you're more fucked in regular world where you don't have to literally line up next to the part. Even though
comparison is going to kill you. Yeah, like if you only meet one person in your life and they're ugly, you'll think they're the most beautiful person you've ever met because they're the only person you've ever met. So
okay, how about this? You go on a dating app, and instead of one at a time, it's 10 up there at a time.
and you pick the one that's the most attractive to you out of the lineup. I like this.
So then 9, I would say out of those 10 though, probably 6 if they were singles would get swiped right because you would fuck them. But if you compare all 10,
No, I think if you're a man, probably 6 of them would swipe right. As a woman, you're swiping left on everyone because they're just. I mean, that's just the way I do it. Noah, you never were really doing the apps. I would have loved
I
to
did.
have. You did?
It was
Were
before
you
I
swiping
knew you,
left? Okay, were you swiping left a lot?
though. Oh, so much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much.
yeah, if they weren't into Metallica and sucking on nipples hard.
Have you told Avi yet that you want your nipples black and blue?
No, not yet.
Will you let us know when you do?
Please do. We'll know.
Please do.
She'll have a pep in her step.
And a Band-Aid on her bra.
And a bruise
Falling
on
out
her.
of my shirt.
Black and bruised.
The women on the show who are
Yes.
all around 28 have all had filler and things in their face to the point, and I've said this before because this has been happening for several years. Young women now have surgically different faces that you're talk about comparison. Your mind starts seeing things differently. Like if we can, I would love to look at faces of the Bachelorette before filler and
Yeah.
Botox went bananas. Because women's normal faces, we just don't see them often anymore. You see them in the Midwest a little bit more.
We become human filters.
Yeah.
Like we filtered our own faces in real life through
all
Botox.
these women, I mean, if you were.
What is it about a woman that hates showing an expression in their forehead? Like what? I just want to get behind the psychology behind it
Because it's wrinkles, and wrinkles have always been associated with age, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's all it is, though.
Yeah.
Is there? But
When I used to hang out with Jennifer Lawrence, she would be like, seriously, stop making me laugh. Stop it. And she would hold her face so that it wouldn't wrinkle.
Oh wow, that's a
Also, Kim Kardashian, the same way, doesn't smile in pictures because of wrinkles.
of wrinkles in her eyes,
Of anywhere. Like, you get them here.
and then women don't
It's
go in the
mostly the
sun
frown.
anymore.
Yeah, I
Sun
don't
is
go in the-
done.
Sun is done. Smiling is done. Fun is done. Expressions are done. I don't.
But you look great.
I don't mind a
Like, that's
slight
so
xylophone,
sad.
but I want to take away a little bit of it. And no, because you look at older women and they have more wrinkles on their face. That's when you start showing wrinkles on your face. You just start going crazy. And everything you see on Instagram is filtered.
Yeah.
Or the women have work done. So you're comparing yourself to women who have work done. If everyone just started looking like, you know that Twilight Zone where everyone has a pig face?
Okay.
And then the woman is, they are like, we tried to operate to get her back to normal, and it's her face, and she's beautiful, and they're like, it's horrible. It's just like,
Because it's different.
everyone can look, these surgical faces, I think if you were placed in the 90s, you would look insane. But now it's everything we see in magazines, and like everything's adapted to that. So like having a Kardashian face, like filled cheekbones, kind of like, like a wind-blown cat, like a cat in in one of those skydiving machines. A cat with G-forces being applied to its face is what everyone's going for now.
Yeah.
There's a thing called a ponytail lift that's for younger women to get a facelift. Women in their like late 30s and 40s, called a ponytail lift. Look at the befores and afters and tell me that is not insanely good.
So it's
apparently-
like if you put a ponytail in tight.
Yeah, and it lifts everything to just go like this.
Like right now, do you think your face is tighter because you're in a ponytail?
No. I mean, no.
Oh.
I don't think it is at all. But because it's not really
When you
a
look at
ponytail.
your face, what do you? Sometimes I think women see things that they think society sees, and
Oh
we
yeah,
don't
no one's
see.
looking that closely. I
So
see
then, what do you
I
see that's
see
wrong?
my eyes are going down here.
Okay.
I see that my cheeks are kind of everything's being pulled down, kind of, and I just want like a lift.
Have
I
you
just
tried
want,
sleeping upside down?
I know that's what apparently Tom Cruise does.
Tom Cruise to get taller, or his face gets.
No, to get taller.
Wait,
sleeps
where
in
did
water
you hear this
in a
room?
little capsule. I don't know. Someone told me that once, and it just like stuck with me. I think he actually doesn't sleep upside down. He sleeps sitting straight up.
Oh,
So that there's no
wait, but
pressure
that's
on his
gravity
face.
though.
No,
More.
but it's not. It's
Oh,
still
not
not
that
pillow
pressure.
face. Yeah.
Look, there are days where my face, I'll look in the mirror and go, "That's not my face," because I'll eat too much sodium, or back in the day when I would drink, back in the day. No, but and then like I'd wake up and like I'd be like, "Who the fuck is
Yeah.
my face?" You see it all, but then to think that's my face because that day it's bad. I think that's when you start getting in trouble, when you start looking at your face every day.
Yeah,
and
when you
questioning
become
it.
a person that's on TV and
Yeah. And
you're
everyone's
on,
commenting.
and everyone on the show is 10 years younger than you, and you start getting a little cuckoo.
Yeah.
And then you get stuff done to your face, and then people go, look at her face, it looks so bad. But guess what? Sometimes when I have stuff done to my face, everyone goes, you look amazing.
Yeah.
What's going on? So don't act like you out there.
There aren't positive returns.
Don't act like you don't know when people have had stuff done to their face. Ariana Grande has had a ponytail lift, allegedly. That's where I first heard about it, because I read on this blog that, on subreddits where all these people are weighing in about what celebrities have had plastic surgery and not
Yeah.
talked about it, which is everyone. They were saying that some doctor kind of outed Beyonce and got like death threats from the Beehive of like, you don't say our queen has had plastic surgery. And then they also said with pretty good evidence that little Ariana Grande had a ponytail lift. And then I told Matt.
I thought you were gonna say Lil Grande.
Lil Grande. Well, she got a. I told that she had a ponytail lift to Anya and Matt, Anya's boyfriend Matt Pond, and he was like, "But isn't her hair always in a ponytail?" And I'm like, "It's kind of funny of anyone to get a ponytail lift.
Yes,
that's the one to do."
Well,
it.
she knew it looked good. She's been doing it her whole life.
So today I'm supposed to go get microneedling,
Okay,
which
microneedle.
Noah, you've had that, right?
Yes.
Are you going to Brenna's
That's
place?
pretty. No,
Oh.
I'm going to my place I normally go.
Oh.
That's I don't need to see Brenna when I'm checking out.
Yeah, that's true.
Personally, I don't want to go there because I don't want to have the place I go. There's a woman that's like my age.
At the front.
I don't want to see. I love Brenna. I don't want to see her go like, "You look great," and my face is bloodied and has pinpricks, and I'm like, "Do I look like you yet?" I don't want that shit. I know she can save me 20%. I don't need it.
All right. But if you don't mind that, go over there. No,
Yes.
wait. So then, what are you getting done?
I'm getting done Botox, which I've always done.
Okay.
I'm
Where's
getting,
the Botox though? Forehead.
Yeah, I get it around my forehead. Sometimes I do a lip flip, which it just like goes here and it makes your lip because the filler with girls. There's a girl on The Bachelor right now. Let me look up her face so you can see who I'm talking. Actually, I don't want to. She has blonde hair. She has no upper lip, but she got lip filler. And because I don't know how Kylie Jenner did it, how she went from having my upper lip, which was even worse so. She had like
Yeah,
this.
but have you seen Kylie lately? It's not good.
I know, but her lip looks really like her lip when she first got done used to look really full and like almost natural, you know? And I don't know how to get that look because I've gotten filler in my lip and it just makes you look like you have like a plate in your lip. Like it looks like platypus.
Like you got bit by bees
Bit by Bees would honestly
or
look
stung.
Bit by Bees?
Yeah, Bit by
Bit by
Bees.
Bees is my favorite band that's like co-headlining Lollapalooza.
They're making it. It's tough though in the stream world, but yeah, Bit by Bees is doing good. Yeah.
So
I love their song called "You Ain't Alone, Baby Cakes."
Baby Cakes. You Ain't Alone, Baby Cakes is honestly was supposed to be their single off their first track.
Yeah.
But I love that it got buried, but it clearly should have been the single.
That's what they said. That's what the head lead singer
Instead
wrote.
of Railroad Scarf.
Yeah, Railroad Scarf was dope though.
It was, but it wasn't what it didn't like really represent what their sound was about on their album.
It was a little upbeat, a little hard, a little like intense, as opposed to "I Love You, Baby Cakes."
Yeah.
You know, those songs where it just is like, I went to the living room.
Whale Watching in Kansas, though, was probably my favorite album of Bit by Bees. We could do this all day.
It's my favorite thing. People are probably shooting themselves, but I really enjoy it.
Dude, shooting themselves was also that hidden track, Shooting Themselves.
That's only that you can find on vinyl tape.
Dude, me and Chris the other day were doing Barb and Cat. Do you know what's the... What they were on? It was Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig's characters.
Ren and Stimpy.
No. They were Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig's characters on Barb and something.
Okay.
And Seth Meyers was the correspondent. Weekend Update, and used to bring on Barb and whoever,
Jeez.
Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig, and they would do the thing where they're like. They're debuting a new song. They're like a couple that has like holiday songs, and they're just really cheesy. They're wearing like Christmas sweaters, and they're like, they're always out of breath because they forgot that their segment was that week, and so it's clear that they're just making up these songs, and then they just go like, "Well, the holidays are here, and the reindeers are ready, and we're going through the packages, and we're loading up Santa's." And Kristen Wiig, so Fred is leading it, and Kristen Wiig is following it. It is so funny.
Yeah.
Barb and Kath, if you want to have a good time, just pull up those clips. And I was saying that you are so good at that, at repeating people and getting. I'm not as good.
Every time I'm in a fight with Brenna,
I start
doing it, and she goes, "You're doing this to get me to shut up," and I'm literally going, "You're doing this to get me to shut."
Oh,
and she's like,
I would.
"Oh,
It would get physical.
so cool."
You know what I'm good at though? I'm really good at when you talk and I do the mouth for it. Can we try it?
Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming out. I love everything about this world. This world is unbelievable. It has water, it has land, mountains, and valleys. When I was a boy, we would travel to Nebraska to look at the whales watching, and turns out they were in Kansas. Bit by bit, I realized I should start a
Did you
band.
say bit by bit because of bit by piece? Gotta get to a break and then the news.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
We're back. It's the news. Let's get into it. I haven't heard that in so long.
We heard it yesterday.
No, we did it because it wasn't working. So they heard it, but we didn't.
Oh, really? I thought I heard it.
Maybe I'm
Anyways,
living in a time warp.
it's Tuesday, folks. You know what that means? It is
It is
Tuesday. We're
Bob
having
Saget's dead. No, didn't you do that yesterday? It means Bob
Yeah.
Saget's dead.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That happened yesterday.
We could just keep doing it because he's. Last night, I wrote a song for Bob Saget.
Oh.
Matt wrote a song, and then so I'm recording music this week at a recording studio, and I'm just doing it as like a make-a-wish for myself, just to.
All the swells.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have all the swells. I'm not gonna There's no guarantee I'm gonna release anything, but I'm paying thousands of dollars to just have this experience and see if I can do it. And every time I go on Instagram Live, people are like, "We want an album," and I'm like, I need a lot of practice before I release anything. But yesterday I was going to record. We recorded 2 songs on Sunday, and then yesterday we were going to record 2 more. And I was listening to one of the tracks that we were going to record, and he wrote it about me and Emil being stuck in an earthquake.
I was in that earthquake too, by the way.
Vegas. But we were.
I guess I
Emil
didn't
and
make
I were
this song.
We were together. You were on stage, so you were. You're the 10-minute version of the song that we're never going to release, that I'm going to perform on SNL in 2033.
Andrew's on the stage. I don't care. I'm
But
misbehave.
I was heading back from couples therapy yesterday, headed to the studio, and I was like listening to the song, and I was sad about Bob, which is one
What
of
about
my
Bob?
favorite Bit by Bees.
Oh, it's such a good song.
Like EPs.
It's
Sad about Bob.
It's unbelievable what they did with that. With
so-
just a drum machine.
I know he did it all on that. By the way,
Wild.
And
Just
did you
using
know
sounds of the ocean.
that The Weeknd
Yeah,
was when they were supposed to finish it?
I heard that. But actually,
You thought I was going to say The Weeknd, the guy, was going to be involved.
no, I didn't. I
Oh.
knew exactly what you were doing.
Okay. So I was listening to the song and I was like, I love this song. I love that it reminds me of like me and Emil underneath this like table. It's like a beautiful song, but it was like, there's like a sadness to it. I was like, oh, and Chris had texted me, the night Bob died, like, hey, you're recording music this week. You should maybe think about writing a song about Bob. And don't. And
It's so hard.
I know it's so
I love
hard.
that movie so much.
Oh, I know that movie is great. So
Song about Bob.
I
Written by
said,
Bit by Bees.
yeah, that's a good idea, but like to write a song, I don't know, like we already have all like 11 songs written that I'm recording this week. And then I was like, oh wait, this song would be good. Maybe I can rewrite the lyrics. So I wrote Matt. I was like, hey Matt, can I change the lyrics to this and make it about Bob Saget? And he was like, I don't care. Yeah, totally. So I wrote all new lyrics and it actually fit perfectly because the first verse is like, the last earthquake was in Las Vegas. We were cracking jokes. And it's about the earthquake. And so I was like, oh my God, the last time I hung out with Bob was in Milwaukee. And so I was like, our last run-in was in Milwaukee. We were cracking jokes. So it just fit in, and then the rest of it. And it's so pretty. So when I was recording it yesterday, there's this bridge part that it's like King of Fatherhood, something. I forget the lyric, but it's like, when I was down, you brought me up. King of Fatherhood, someone to trust. When I was down, you brought me up. And I just like couldn't, for some reason, I was trying to think of it so that I could have the emotion in the song. But then I started like, I started like crying, and it was so nice. The people I'm recording with were like, take a break. And so I at first I was like, I just want to like not, because if I bawl, my voice is all going to be like weird. And so I was like, no, I got it. Let me just keep going. And then I was just like, King of Fatherhood. And I was like, look. So we took a break. They were all so nice. And then they went to Starbucks. We took like an hour break. And then we came back and I was like, I'm ready. And then I was fine. I was like, had cried and it was good. It got out of my system. Went through the whole song. And then at the end, there's like, it's just really sad. It's just like me talking to a God person, being like, please don't hurt the people I love. Please don't take anyone and all this stuff, which was already the lyrics of the song, original one. So I got to keep the chorus. And so I finished it and I'm like, please don't take anyone. And then usually like when you finish, they're like, great. Oh my God, that was awesome. All right. So let's move on. And I knew it was the last take. So I'm like, please don't take anyone. And it was just like quiet. And they're in the next room. And I'm just like, and they're like, we're kind of emotional over here. Like they all cried.
Wow.
It was so sweet. And at that point I was like, you fucking pussies, get out, you know. And
Yeah.
it was really nice that I was able to, that's why I think it's special. I'm going to release it because like, I don't care if it's not good, because it's just, it doesn't have to be, because it's just about friendship. And I think that people can put their own thing onto it. And I think that Bob would love it. And it's so nice that Bob actually, his death got me to release something before I felt ready to. And yeah, so that's my news today. I'm sorry, I just hijacked.
No, it's fine that you hijacked, because the first story is about a terrorist that
Is it really?
that took no.
Hijacked.
See, what was I gonna say? But why not have that same, like, I do the same thing, but like you're like, I
Mentality
could
that-
release it because of this
Well,
anecdote.
because I am
you know what I
paranoid
mean?
of people thinking I think I'm cool or thinking I think I'm good. I don't know why. Like the other day when I posted that Woody Harrelson picture,
Yeah.
I had to like make a million
19,
caveats
yeah.
of like, I don't think I'm special. I know this is a humble brag. Because the thing is, it was when, yes,
Did the Jim Norton post
I don't even know what that is.
the one about I don't know, the guy that died, the dedication post? Did you want to, because I felt like you posted that and then you were like, oh, let me give an anecdote about my life, like with a celebrity.
Oh, that didn't even click
Oh.
to me. But yeah, Jim Norton's post about Cindy Poitier was so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that at all.
Oh.
In my head, it was just, I want to share this thing that is a little braggy, that I got to meet this really famous person. I was also used to be friends with this famous person. There's no context for it. On Instagram, when you post something, there was no, Woody Harrelson didn't die. Like, you know, I could have sat on that until there's a Woody Harrelson won an award or something. So it seems like, oh, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like me releasing this song, it's a little self-serving. I sound good on it. I think I kind of sound good. It's a song I wrote, but because it's about Bob Saget and he died, I have an excuse.
That's what I'm saying. So you have a scapegoat.
But when
for
I
it.
post a picture of Woody Harrelson apropos of nothing on a random Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, that to me seems just like there's no, I have to admit this is just a humble brag. And then I have to and I'm one of these people that
But is there something
I
to
need
the
to
humble brag that gets more likes than even not a humble? You know what I mean? It's like a.
well, it's not about getting likes. I wasn't doing that to get likes.
But why were you? Why post anything?
Because
why?
I was posting it because I look good in the picture. I'm bragging that I got to meet Woody Harrelson.
So you like
He
the
was cool.
attention? Attention is likes.
But the humble brag did not get me more likes. I don't think.
I think it does, because I
But
think
it
it's a
wasn't- that wasn't my-
cool and then
if
an
it did-
acknowledging cool.
Well, if it did,
Yes.
then that is sincere likes that I can accept.
Okay.
Whereas the ones that would just be because I met Woody Harrelson, I would not accept.
Yes.
It's almost like this podcast. When people like my stand-up, to me, I feel like I'm tricking people because it's a performance. It's a little bit more curated. I can't accept the compliments as much. I do, and I acknowledge them. But when people like the podcast and like me on the podcast, that fucking straight to the heart.
Yes.
The other one goes through like my foot and like goes to the side because
Yeah.
of the bunion and travels up, and it's all like it's I get shot because it's like a friendly, like a, you know, it doesn't sink in, but because the people that like the podcast, I'm not nothing on here
Yeah.
is me trying to be anything
Yeah,
except
yeah.
myself. Whereas that caption where I'm saying I have a roommate, I live in St. Louis, and I drive my mom's car, that is the real me admitting that, and me being like, a lot of people were like, you seem unhinged, and I'm like, that's the real me. I am. I'm a little unhinged, and I liked that
It's a
they
great
were
name
like
for a
a
special,
special
yeah.
or you know a Bit by Bees forthcoming album.
Which is actually, I didn't want to tell anyone, but
Do you talk to them still? You talk to Trevor?
I emailed
So
him.
Andrew's friends with the bassist from Bit by Bees, and he didn't want to brag about it, but I will do it for him. Anyway,
Yeah, Trevor
we got to get to
Riggs,
the
yeah.
news. But I do want to say, though, when you humble brag, that is me to throw in the caveat. It's just who I am. Bo Burnham, I've talked about this before on his special. It annoyed me how much he had to call out what he was doing all the time.
Yes.
It's self-awareness to a degree that is almost exhausting, but that's me, baby. That's me. And you know what's not me is posting a picture of myself with Woody Harrelson acting like that. That's my normal life, because it ain't, baby.
Yes.
It ain't. And as a woman and as a girl that used to, when I was young, get very triggered by like, God, everyone's life is so much better than mine. I really think it is up to us when we're presenting something that is not a normal representation of our life to call it out for people who might be struggling with that comparison thing. Because if I saw like one of the women that I look up to or like, compare myself to, posting something, and then at the end they go, here's the real story. While I was writing this, I was eating oatmeal. I spilled it on my computer, and something gross. It would take me out of it and go, listen, she's just like you. And I needed that so much as a kid, and I wish there would have been more of she's just like you. So I always try to add a layer of that, not so I can be like, I'm the every woman like me. It's because I'm talking to myself that used to go, wow, she's killing it. Because if I haven't bumped my head tomorrow and I go on my Instagram and I don't know who I am, and I look at this girl and I see her, I'm going to get a little jealous of myself sometimes, because it is on Instagram, it's not representing my real life. So I just feel like it is up to us to have a Surgeon General's warning of our real life.
I agree with that. I just think like the photo in itself, not just with Woody Harrelson, but just any photo where you look hot or where you wear a celebrity, or like if my body looks good or whatever, and then you write the caption. It's like it's like when I used to like put up funny things where I looked attractive still.
But listen,
so the photo is already getting people to be jealous.
I know,
is what I'm saying.
The funny thing, you're not being sincere. You're being funny. You're not saying I'm being. Now, if you had a caption that said I'm being funny right now so I can post a hot picture, that's sincere.
Yeah, but I think that's implied already before even writing it all out. That's my point.
Sometimes you think it's implied, but it's not.
Okay, but if you just put up that picture of Woody Harrelson and go, here I am with my celebrity friend that I just met yesterday.
Well, that's calling it out.
I live at home.
Well, that's another way of doing exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Well, how is that different? I just
guess it was just a longer
It's a different presentation of it.
I just feel like that the nuance is already understood, that here I am. Obviously, I'm not going to put up a picture where I look this.
That's just a different joke.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same joke, but it's a different way of presenting it.
Yeah.
It's just as funny and possibly shorter, but I also like that I talk like that anyway of I just, if you don't like it, like a lot of people were like, I do not like this. This is a crazy woman. And I'm like, I even sent it to Chris before I posted it because I was like, it felt crazy. And I'm like, do you like me after reading? Do you still like me? Do you think this is representative of the way I am? And he was like, you do not need to write all of that. Like, you are enough. Just like, people don't need to know that you throw yourself under the bus too much. But I love throwing. It's very much
the
you.
Bus throw. I do.
And so when I checked with him, I've been checking with him a lot on things. I got asked to do a naked photo shoot yesterday for a magazine. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. No, I'm so excited. You know, that's why I did Dancing with the Stars, because you guys were like,
the outfits.
You get to be so hot. And I was like, yes. And it's coming, it's like soon. So there's no me getting in shape for it. And there wouldn't be anyway. And let me just say, my body isn't the best it's ever been, but I'm just like, whatever. And and I got asked to do it from my publicist just to ask if I would be interested in receiving the invite for it, because they weren't even going to send the offer if I'd never posed nude. She texted me. She was like, would you pose nude for like a tasteful thing where you'd be covered up, on your asshole? Only my asshole. So my pussy's going to be front. It's going to be a
full pussy spread.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. What is it called when you?
Are you going to show? Pull out.
Yeah, pull out couch.
Yeah.
So
is it scratch and sniff?
I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it, but I was like, I asked my, not my boyfriend, but the guy that I'm very close to as being my boyfriend. I asked him, I was
That's
like,
a good caption.
I didn't ask him. I didn't go. I know, no kidding. I go, it wasn't like I was asking permission, because he goes, were you asking like if I would have said, did you think I was going to say no? And I was like, no, I didn't think. I would still do it. But I just wanted to gauge because he's just kind of a good arbiter of like, this isn't you. He'll let me do anything that's truly me, or like not let me, but like give the okay. I guess that still sounds like asking permission. I promise you I'm not. But he was like, fuck yes to it. Like, he wants me to do a topless special. He's like, that would be so funny and cool. Like, just saying fuck it. Like, men can be, Bert Kreischer can do it. You should do it. And I've got slightly bigger tits than Bert. And
It's close.
and he was like, yes. He was like, this is awesome. And the publication is like it's up there with like, it's not Maxim, which I would gladly do. Maxim, reach out to me.
Maxim's still around.
When you do the senior edition.
Yeah. 40.
Or like FHM. Was that the old one?
Yeah,
It was
FHM.
I would even do fucking Playboy. I would do it. But it was nice to get from the person who, sees me naked most and is probably a little bit proprietary about my nakedness and me giving that away to the world. He was like, fuck yeah, you look amazing. Like, put it out there. And he was like, is this going to make you kind of like, he was a little worried about eating disorder stuff. Like, is this going to make you do some things? And I was like, honestly, I would do the shoot right now. And I had just eaten like so much Thai food. I was just like, they're going to tweak anything that I would have a problem with in my body would be like a skin
Well,
thing.
how nude are we talking? Are we talking nipple?
Full. Like, I'm going to do the Jennifer Aniston where she's sitting like this.
Yeah. And she had her tits out?
She's sitting, yeah. She's naked, but it's like this.
Oh, okay.
And so you see, she's blocking her vagina with her leg.
You would need a bigger leg, though.
I have a bigger leg than Aniston, so we're good.
No, talk about your pussy.
Oh, I know, but but my leg is also bigger. Anyway, and I'm gonna have my pussy
That's an
hairstyled in
attachment.
the Rachel. Okay, first news story. Seriously,
Oh,
Noah is like getting hives.
No, we have plenty.
Oh,
of
you don't
time.
care? Okay, good.
here are
we're
some
good.
expert-approved tips for masturbation without a vibrator for women. You ready?
Okay.
Try a diagonal. Oh boy, pterodactyl stroke. Imagine
Diagonal.
that there's a clock over your clitoris with
Okay, hold on. Okay.
with the 12 closer to your anus and the 6 closer to your belly button.
Oh, so it's a clock like if you placed a clock. And
Yes.
Okay.
And then stroke from 1 to 7 if you're a righty, or 11 to 5 if you're a lefty.
Diagonal, so
Use-
like that.
Use one finger to run circles around your clitoris without touching it directly. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I'll run circles around my clitoris. Sounds like I'm like, oh, I'll fucking kick your ass.
All right.
Okay.
I'll finger your ass. All right. Try rubbing your clitoris with one finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4
I ask
fingers, and your
Noah
entire
something?
hand.
Yeah.
Noah.
Should I say clitoris?
No. It's nothing about you. It's just you don't have a clitoris. Or, before the sponge soaked up the water, it kind of looked like one. Noah, when you are
Amber.
doing a manual clitoral rub with your fingers, which I'm thinking you've done before.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. Do you lift up the hood?
No, it's too like intense.
Oh, so you do it with hood on.
Yeah, hood
like
on.
a muffler.
You pet the turtle with the shell still on.
Correct.
I need to lift up the hood. My clit is it looks like a
From the start though, or like after you've worked on it a little bit?
like I don't even do foreplay with myself. I'm like, let's just jump on in. But my hood I have a significant hood,
Okay.
and my clit is the size of a like a little like a not a what are the like grains that you buy that are like orange that are perfect circles?
Lentil?
They're like a lentil. They're the size of a lentil, a dried lentil.
So that's small.
I think so.
So you have a big hood, small lentil.
And that's not a huge hood, but it's like
Yeah.
it looks like a piece of bubble gum.
You're like a little person in a clan outfit.
I really want to do a thing for my boyfriend because when I blow dry my hair, I look at my vagina sometimes because it's out, and my lips fold like so. My hood is here,
Yeah.
and then my lips are like coming out sometimes, like my majora, but they hang down probably like a half of a quarter, whatever that is, like a third of an inch down. But if I pull them enough, they can go down to like, a little bit more. And it looks like a bunny rabbit so much because the way I'm looking at it looks like it's just like, hey. And for Easter, I want to put a nose and I want to like I want to make it an Easter bunny for Easter and say like Happy Easter to him, which I don't think he'll even like because that's like not his sense of humor. But he's the only person I could ever show that to. Maybe my friends.
Unless you
too.
do it for Playboy.
You better get on that WhatsApp chat again around Easter, Noah, because
Okay.
she kind of like fell off the WhatsApp chat, but like you got to get around to Easter because that's where I'll put it.
Okay. Deal.
But yeah, so you lift the hood. I'm wondering if our listeners lift the hood.
All right, let us know if you lift the hood to get to the engine.
What size bean would you say your clit is, Noah?
Maybe like a shrunken navy bean or something like that.
A
Okay.
navy
So
bean.
so
What
it
is
fought
yeah.
for our country.
What is a navy bean?
I don't know.
Or like a pinto
A black
bean.
bean?
Does your
Oh,
bean
so you have a
ever
pinto bean. That's
fall-
a big bean. A
No, but
pinto.
like
Mine's the size
like
of a Pinto car. Does yours ever hide in your body, like because it's like it's too like mine? Sometimes I'm about to come and then it literally will go nuh-uh, girl, and it will go in and I can't fucking find it.
That happens with my dick, not into my body, but it will go soft right when I'm gonna come, which is kind of weird.
Mine hides like no. It's like me trying to give Luigi a bath. Like the second he
Yeah.
senses, it comes out when it's like, oh, my voice is up here, and it seems like I'm like over by the cabinets where the treats are. But then the second that I run the water, it's like, "Ugh."
Interesting.
And
I wonder
it's-
what that is.
And that's why that one thing I showed on the show one time that you like clip your clit to make
yeah.
it like exposed
The
was
Klampski.
actually, I'm going to try that again, but I think I was clipping it on it instead of around it because it always retreats. Okay, what are some more tactics? Because I need
All right,
this.
try rubbing your clitoris. One finger. Okay,
So 1 to 7, and then around.
and then start with 1, get all the way to 4 fingers, and then if you're a 6-finger person, get weird. Using 2 fingers, place 1 on each side of your clitoris. Rub up and
Up and
down.
down, mm-hmm.
You can also try a side to side. Tap your clitoris with 1 to 2 fingers. Oh, the old tap technique. Taparoo. Keep your underwear on. You could also
this thing
try
on?
this with a rougher fabric like jeans.
Oh, I love that's. Hey, is this talking about my joke? Where you use the little button on the
Oh,
jeans where
yeah.
the seam meets?
Pull your outer labia together and rub your clitoris through the folds of your skin.
Okay, I'm
That-
into this.
Yeah.
I've never tried any of this.
I ate a girl's jeans one time.
I
Like,
gave
I
a
ate out a girl
over
through
the
her
pants
jeans.
blowjob once.
God, this is why
It's so funny.
We're best friends.
One guy once told me that he was at a strip club and getting a lap dance back where things were like kind of happening back
Yeah.
there, where she was offering maybe more money for other things, and he's like, no. But she threw his jeans, like he was hard, and like bit his penis through his jeans and was just like, and like breathed on it. I do that to my man all the time. I love it's an over the pants blowjob. Try to actually
Yes.
suck a dick through jeans. Like, and also guys, I think this is a cool trick to say, no, you don't get it unless you work for it. And like try to suck my dick through my jeans and make the girl will be so it's like a game. If you make things games for women where you're just not giving it, because guys take out their dicks so soon, we never have like, I want it. If you make us beg for things, when you finally give it to us, we'll be so into it, more so than you've ever seen us. I
So
think that's a trick.
maybe put on another pair of jeans, 2 pair of jeans.
Yeah, do a never nude.
It is interesting a guy that's not circumcised. So their hood.
They have a hood.
They have a hood. Maybe it feels good to play with the head of your cock through your foreskin, which I
Or
never
through your
really thought.
underwear.
Oh, I
If
guess
you
you
do-
could
if
use your
you-
underwear if you don't have one.
I
Yeah.
love when I masturbate. I think if I'm ever doing like hand stuff, if a guy is starting down their hand stuff through my jeans and then leaving my underwear on to the side, like
Yes.
not doing directly. All of that is so good. You can do really firm pressure. You can go right in with firm pressure when you leave on that stuff, but that's just a good way to get a girl warmed up. If I could give any advice to men hooking up, which is a fumbly thing to do in the beginning, less is more. Like don't like the teasing thing gets kind of annoying after a while and it's not as hot, but if you go like hard but with like clothes on, that's very interesting. That can be very fun because the girl's like, just fuck me already. And like, you just want and go, I don't think you deserve it yet. And she'll be like, what do you want? And you go, I guess I'll know it when I see it. And then the girl will just make it a fun game. It's so hot.
Just jerk off on her jeans. All right, use lube to help your fingers glide over your clitoris more
Yes.
easily.
Lube for yourself, ladies.
Try masturbating in different positions. Stimulate your clit with other objects. You can try grinding against pillows or under a faucet in a bathtub.
Luigi.
Luigi's tongue, Luigi's penis, Luigi's asshole. Try holding your breath for short periods of time as you masturbate. Kind of like a choking technique.
I can't recommend, the suction toys more, girls, but I will say that I have to get the Shameless Flirt dildo that has, I've shared it before. It's green. It's called Shameless Flirt. It's very expensive, but if you're someone who has some extra cash, dude, it's by
what does it do?
It's by Cal Exotics is the name of the brand, and it goes. It's not just like vibrating. It goes like it's like a sledge, like what do
You
they
have
break
to
up
put
the
it against
concrete?
a wall or something?
No. It's just a. Let me just go get it. Hold on. I've shared it before.
I think I've seen. Oh, yes.
I got a new one because I lost the charger for the first one, and so I just had them. I had Balessa send me a new one. This one, it looks like it's dirty, but I clean it every time with a dildo cleaner. So this is it, and watch this.
Oh, my God.
I'm not kidding you. The other day, Chris was using this on me, and he had me blindfolded, and he goes, and we were kind of doing a role play where it was like someone else was fucking me. He was like letting someone else, and he was like, he's arriving in his chopper now. And I could not stop laughing the entire time because then it starts to do a cool beat. So there's different settings. Okay, that's the fast. And now that's the chopper. He's getting ready to leave you. This is a beat
second.
that actually Bit by Bees used.
It is. I was going to say the same thing. This was off the third EP. Drummer boy, come on over. Drummer boy, vibrator.
This, I swear to God, I know it seems like a lot, and the first time Chris used this, I have to say, he was like,
Can I tell you
what the fuck? I don't like this. Because it's just...
No, it saves them. This is the one thing I think women don't understand about guys when we're using toys. When we're doing this guy,
Yeah.
which that does,
Yeah.
you get a little bit of carpal tunnel. Like it hurts our hands. Like, and I know as a man, you should be able to grab a hammer and hammer away
do you know
for
that
hours.
when girls are jerking you off, they get that, and they also when they're blowing you, they get it.
I'm
and,
not
like,
saying that. I'm just
I
saying.
know.
I'm just saying.
But this is gonna save you time. You just put us.
Yeah, that's.
But girls, you know what you do with this, girls? If you're by yourself, I'm serious. Get one of these. Balessa is where they sell it. It's called the Shameless Flirt. Keep on your underwear and use your underwear as a way to hold it in. So put your underwear about like mid thigh.
yeah.
And then the underwear, you can pull the underwear up as you're using it, so you don't even have to hold it. The underwear works as like a harness for it to push it up. And this is something I put in after I've stimulated myself clitorally enough that I'm like wet and it can go in. And I also sometimes use lube just to like get it in if I want it.
Oh, okay.
And you can use the serum that I recommend for your face, the Ordinary. You can use that serum as well.
I need to get one of those.
This thing is so I'll give you one because I have an extra one. And
Do you really?
Yeah, but I just need to get I'll give it to you. You can come just down and charge it on mine because I only have one charger. But I'll give you an extra one because I have an extra one.
It's
But I only
in
have
the
one
box
charger.
still?
No, but there's no like nooks or crannies for this to.
Yeah.
It's clean. Like I have.
I'm not saying that. It's not
I
up to
know.
me. I mean, I'll use anything. I'll
Yeah.
use a 9-iron. But
Yeah. Well, actually, I have a box. You can just pretend like it's clean, even though she listens to the podcast. We can't lie to her. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Okay, we have 5 minutes left. Let's get to another story. Come here, Luigi. Are you okay?
All right, Noah, are you going to ask us for this one?
Sure. Do you want to read the headline or it's going to make you look at the answers?
It'll make me look at the answers.
Okay. Social media users share the surprising uses for everyday items. Can you guess?
Okay.
Okay, so I'll read the item and then you guys guess what it's
Yeah.
for.
Guess what they're doing?
Okay, the tiny
Jerking off with it. Sorry.
Well, the tiny hole in an airplane window.
The tiny hole in an airplane window.
I know. Do you know what they're talking about?
No.
It's this little hole that's almost like the size of a pencil lead. Probably smaller, like a little bit smaller than a mechanical pencil lead. I would say sharpening a pencil. I don't know.
I would say just getting a little bit more air.
Or if you're
know.
making
I have no
Play-Doh
I mean,
and you
we
want to
could do-
give the Play-Doh an eye, you can press it against it and it'll make it a little eye.
Good guess.
What?
Unfortunately, you're wrong. It's to provide ventilation so the glass won't
Oh,
fog
I thought it
up.
was like life hacks that you can do
I
for
thought
it.
this was too. I thought it was like
Oh, this
Okay.
is
This
just
is the
saying like
actual application?
things that you go, what is that for? Okay, yeah, never
Oh.
mind. This makes sense.
I thought
would've
it was
said,
like a secondary thing.
I would have said it was like to depressurize the window a little bit. Is that right?
It's to prevent fog.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
okay, that makes sense.
Here's
All
another
right,
one. So let's start all over.
Yes.
Okay, the small extra pocket that's located inside the jeans pocket.
Key.
No, that's for your buttons.
Actually, it's to provide extra support to stop the trousers from ripping in their weak spots.
Ah.
Okay,
They should put a little pocket by the crotch then, because I see so many guys getting holes down there.
that's true.
I used to get those holes there all the
You
time
put your
too.
cocaine there.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people will put it, which is like the most obvious place.
It's a great place for a key though too.
It's a little small for a key, no?
This?
Yeah.
That pocket.
Is it deep enough?
Dude, I
Oh,
could
that
put
one's
a,
pretty
I
deep.
could put a hotel key in that. And these are some classic Levi's
Oh,
from like the 80s. Okay, go on.
back in the day.
Okay. So have you ever seen that small hole next to the lock in a padlock? There's like a
No.
little tiny hole.
Yes. That's to open it if you don't have the key.
Wrong.
Well, that seems like a way to just break
No,
into
like
it.
a master key
Oh,
for
okay.
that little key. I'm
No,
pretty sure
I'm going
right.
to say it's to make it so it doesn't fog up.
It's to drain water and avoid them from going rusty, as well as providing a way to oil it.
Ah.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
what
this one I
This
Houdini-
think
is
you'll
fun.
know.
I like this.
Yeah, I
We
do
should do
too.
more of these.
Yeah, I don't know how many there are, but I like
But I
it.
mean, like this kind of concept
Yeah.
of quizzing us.
Okay. The
Shows how dumb
tiny
we are.
hole next to the camera on your iPhone.
Oh, that's to. Wait, let's look.
That's for zooming.
Oh, there is a tiny hole there. Fog. Another foggy hole.
Andrew?
Lens
For
fog.
zoom?
What for Zoom?
Huh? I presume.
It's for
oh.
to go on a conference call with your boss during COVID.
Okay, close. It's
That
a
kind of Zoom.
microphone.
Oh, that's your
I didn't know that.
microphone?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Okay,
I just
what
wanna put my
about...
dick in everything we're talking about?
And I just want to thank the Daily Mail for this article. I don't want to take any credit for
Don't
this.
ever think the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
They are the worst. Fuck you, Daily Mail. We're stealing this from you, and you had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
you, Daily Mail.
They're terrible, but also they're my number one news source.
Yeah, that's where
So
I get
thank you.
everything from.
All right, fabric swatches provided alongside the spare buttons on new clothes.
Patching up holes.
Wait, what was it? Fabric
It's-
what?
They give you fabric swatches sometimes in a little
Oh yeah, that's
sewing kit, right?
yeah.
Yep.
That's to plug up holes.
Okay, actually, so it was
The
news to
microphone.
me too. It's to test your cleaning products to ensure that you won't ruin the fabric of the full garment.
Fuck
Wow,
that.
stupid.
Fuck
God,
that.
there are so many dumb things. By the way, a sewing kit in hotels is you never need it. I only use those needles to like rip apart my hangnails.
I didn't even know there were needles in there.
Oh, there's needles in sewing kits in sewing kits.
No, I didn't even know sewing kits were in.
Or even like the shoe shine fucking rag that is like in nice hotels they have all these like dumb little things that you're just like, yeah, back in the day they needed this.
back in the day. I get sad when I walk past a shoe shine place in an airport and it's just abandoned. Like that was someone
yeah, that's
that
such a-
fed people's kids.
I know. Do you know? I just want to say, I'm not saying this as like I used to have a joke about it, but it was one of my favorite jokes I did where I go like, I've given like 6 hand jobs like back in the day, and that day was Tuesday.
yeah.
Because when you do say back in the day, it's
It
just
seems
funny to say
like-
it's like one day you gave
It was an
6
hour
hand
ago.
jobs.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
back in the day, and that was recent, and it was one day. It's like reminds me of my Schumer joke. That's like I've had sex with like 7 people, and that was like a crazy night. It was
Yeah.
like like that kind of thing. All right, go on.
All right, so the Starbucks cup that you have there,
Okay.
the lid that
Has
comes,
a tiny hole. That
Not-
is obviously what.
not the hole, but
That's
the
got
lid
vented.
itself.
Oh.
Okay.
What can it be used for?
I actually saw this
I know
one,
this.
so I'll be cheating.
It's like a funnel, right?
Andrew?
I can't.
You
I'm
can
not
flip
gonna
it
answer.
upside down.
This is the one I did see.
What is
I'll
it
be
then?
honest.
What is it?
It's a cup holder or like a coaster.
Coaster.
Oh, for the cup?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so. Okay.
No, it's not fitting.
Doesn't really fit.
I gotta say, it's not fitting. Bogus.
All right, I guess they're
No,
wrong.
none
We
of
just-
these are true.
Any more?
Fuck you,
Oh
Dan.
yeah. Okay, this one you probably know because I think if I knew it, you guys probably know it. The hole in the tab on fizzy drink cans.
I'm guessing that's just a pressure thing.
Well,
Just to,
what can you use it for besides
hole
opening
in
the can?
tab.
The hole in the tab.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Like on a can?
You
like,
use it to,
like on your Zevia cans.
I don't know. What is it?
It's for
You can use it for something. So some of these are
you could
life hacks
spray it
and
on-
some of these are not.
You could spray it on fucking
No.
titties.
What is it?
So
Noah.
if you flip it all the way towards you, you can use the hole to hold your straw so it doesn't like.
Oh, yeah,
fall
I
out.
like that one.
Oh.
That's cute. God, I saw a really good life hack the other day that I was like, God, I can't wait to use that. It was something so simple and so smart. Fuck. Okay, well, that was unhelpful
Jesus.
to everyone. Jesus, sorry, guys. I thought it was going to come to me, but it did not. Any more?
Okay, I have 2 more real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, no rush.
Food related.
Hurry up.
Okay, the hole in the arm of a pan.
In a pan?
Oh,
like
that's
on
to
the
hang
handle.
it.
To hang it.
To hang it.
No, it's to keep you from having to rest your wooden spoon on the side or get it dirty while you're cooking. You can.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, I have a little
That's-
spoon dish because I hate that.
I
The
do
little-
need a spoon dish. We were just talking about that.
It gets so dirty so fast, but spoon dishes are dope. And there's also a lot of cool like appliances or like spoons themselves that you can use that like levitate so they don't, when you put them down on the counter, they don't touch the counter.
Oh.
I mean, I guess they could still drip, but there's cool technology now. I would love to hear anyone send in life hacks. Any of our listeners, just a prompt for some fanthrax.
For sure.
Some life hacks
Yeah.
that you either found on TikTok that you actually use or one that you discovered on your own. All right, let's
Last
keep
one.
going.
Okay, the last one, which
A
shocked
tiny
me.
hole on your
Yeah.
dog's asshole.
Close.
That's
The hole in your pasta spoon.
a hole in your pasta spoon.
You know
That's
that like
to-
pasta spoon that like
Oh,
you
I
used
know.
pick
That's to
up the-
measure the amount of pasta that is like a half a cup or something.
the serving size for one person. Correct.
Yes. Yes. So
And-
you
and you
put
put it in
the
there
dry
dry.
pasta in it.
Oh, before you even cook it.
Yeah.
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 Dude.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that either. I
What
don't
a
eat
weird-
pasta, but that's cool. I know that meat is supposed to be a fist, but I don't
Oh.
eat meat either.
Oh.
You know what? Why don't we all just eat until we feel full instead of these measurements? Because I feel like measurements always bum me out.
I also never mind leftovers. Like I'll eat the leftover. I
You'll
like
eat
a
them
cold
3
left-
hours later, but
later,
let's be
yeah.
honest. Like we all eat I've never once eaten leftovers the next day. When I have done that before because I've forgotten about them, I feel like a woman in a movie that is like. I feel like Emily in Paris, and I don't even watch that show.
Yes.
But I feel like Lily Collins. Like I'm just a normal girl who like
Dude, it's
keeps
so funny
leftovers
you
and
say
like
that.
eats it later because never once have I not like crept. The food is still warm when I'm re-eating it, and
Or
I
just-
take it home from the restaurant like I'm such a civilized woman.
Yeah.
I'm Helen Hunt and what
Yeah.
women want. Like I swear to God, like I always feel that's the thing that makes me feel like more of like a normal woman than anything, and I can't even do it.
So funny you say because Brenna, we had spaghetti the other night.
I bet Brenna keeps leftovers.
She did it perfect. She has Tupperware. She puts in her
she meal
little
preps.
Tupperware. She has a meal prep, but
Kirsten meal preps.
she does Tupperware with it. She's like, I'm just gonna bring the noodles. I was gonna
Yeah.
bring this, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's a real thing. Because for us, I feel like we either eat it right away or that will sit in the fridge for I don't know 9 months,
Yes.
and it'll become its own dinosaur.
We're very similar.
Yeah, we are.
I do want to say to Brenna, if she's listening, I will come by your med spa.
Oh, she won't be offended by
no,
that.
but
It was kind of a
but
compliment.
She seriously is so beautiful that I just know, like me looking like, and she's my friend, so I don't care if she judges me or like I'm not comparing myself to her, but she is so beautiful that type of person greeting me after I have like, after I'm like, I'm trying to be you. And she's like, oh my God, how was it? Oh my God, you're going to love the results. Like that kind of thing,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
know she probably doesn't talk that way. And like, but I've been to enough of these places. There's always a woman older than me working the front desk. And that has served me in my life.
It's
going to these
interesting
places.
because it's like you would think it'd be the other way around because you would see what you could be.
No, and that's what she's there for. I
Oh.
mean, like that is smart to have like her. But she needs to have a tag that says Brenna 46. And then you go, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't that make you feel worse?
No, because it makes me feel like, oh my God, if you can look like that when you're 46,
Yeah, no,
this is
I
the
know.
place to go.
But I'm saying it's just like impossible.
No, because it would make me feel when I came out of this thing, because you always look rough no matter what after you have all this stuff done. You can't expect results right away. This isn't like the hair salon. You don't leave like, I can go to a cocktail party now. You leave look like you just got Chris Browned. And so you would just think, oh, I'll look like that in the morning. And by the morning, you definitely don't, but Brenna's not there anymore and no one's accountable. Okay, let's go to break and we'll come back with Why Do I Care? Why do I care? Well, we're skipping Why Do I Care today because we talked enough about celebrities. Bob Saget's dead. And let's get to Reddit dump. My favorite thing
Could you
to
tell
do
I got
every
a facial?
No.
You can't tell,
No,
right?
I'm sorry. You can't tell when people get facials unless it's like right after.
Oh, and it's like probably it was called Diamond something. I don't know.
This is
I loved it, by the way.
it's so nice to get a facial. Facials are
Not abrasive ones. I guess
Yeah.
this one they
Well,
took off dead skin, which
man,
I
when
had
they
a
do
lot
the
of.
extractions though, and they pop all of your. Did they do that?
Well, Brenna's been doing that
That's
for about
very
2
painful.
months, so they didn't have that much to do.
I don't get those done anymore. I would actually recommend girls not get extractions when they go in for a facial, and your lady will be like, "No, what are you doing? I've not done an extraction in 2 years, and my pores have never been smaller, and it's never been better." I do think extractions cause the problem that makes you need to keep getting facials, but I am also not an esthetician, and I know nothing. Okay, so
It's probably the
this
most
is
fun
from
they have too.
Wait, can I play the
subreddit
stinger?
next fuck, huh?
Can I play the stinger?
Oh yeah. This is your Reddit dump. I love your laugh in the background. Okay, so this is the subreddit Next Fucking Level, and this is David Bowie in 1999 talking about the impact of the internet on society. This is
Oh, I've heard
1999. This is pretty
yeah,
good.
Back in the day.
Yeah, this is back in the day.
Don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think
Sorry, one second. These are so hard to make start. Let me just. Oh fuck it! Now I screenshotted it. God damn it, Bowie. I don't need this shit.
I don't think we've even seen the tip of the
I don't think we've even seen the
I
tip.
think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying.
It's just a tool, though, isn't it?
No, it's not. No. No, it's an alien life form.
What do you think? I mean, when you think then about the
Is there
future,
life on Mars? Yes, it's just landed here.
but it's simply a different delivery system there. You're arguing about something more profound.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the actual context and the state of content is going to be so different to anything that we can really envisage at the moment. Where the interplay between the user and the provider will be so in simpatico, it's going to crush our ideas of what mediums are all about.
I mean,
I just love the idea of cut to some girl showing her vagina on TikTok. Like
that's
you know?
hilarious. I love his use of the word envisage. I want to do that word.
Invisalign.
You know what I learned? I need to get into Bowie more. I've never been a Bowie head. I do love like so many songs he wrote and then other artists
That
covered.
covered it,
like,
yeah.
Didn't the Foo Fighters do a Bowie song? There's like one of their hit songs.
Vanilla Ice copied his beat.
Dun, 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 dun.
And mine is dun 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 dun. dun.
Yeah, that's insane that was ever
It's the
an
funniest
argument
thing ever.
that was a different song. And then also there was this girl on Howard Stern show that did a cover of Life on Mars.
I listened to that recently.
Oh, it's so beautiful. What was her name?
And Howard was like talking during it, but he also loves it. But whatever. Anyway,
yeah,
that's besides the
check out Life on Mars Howard Stern cover, and you'll find this girl. Aurora is her name, and it's so beautiful. Let's move on. There's a TikTok. This is called TikTok cringe, and this is often TikToks that are not cringy at all. They're just cool. This is a guy at Disneyland, and I don't know if it looks like it's in fast forward times 4, but this is a guy that's playing the piano at Disneyland, and he's a total savant. It says talented Disney piano player. Hold on. I just want you to hear how fast this fucking is. And then at the end, he gets even faster. Now, listen to this.
Balesa needs to bottle that up, boy.
it's watching it is so incredible. I just, you watch things like that and you go, what am I even fucking doing with my life? And I know he's like a Rain Man type savant kind of kid. He just has to be. It's too wild. He's too young to be that fast and that good. This is from Rare Insults.
It reminds me of the kids. I put the cups real quick.
Oh yeah, the cup stacking kids. Yeah. Is that talent paying off anymore? This is from Rare Insults. Cup stacking kids. They open for.
Yeah, for Bit by Bees.
Bit by Bees. Yeah.
In 2006.
You guys, can someone please make a Lollapalooza 2029 shirt and put Bit by Bees and what was the one I just said?
Stacking Cup Kids.
Stacking Cup Kids. Let's just start. Someone start compiling all the band names, and I want to do a Nikki Glaser podcast lineup.
Live at the Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And let's interview different bands.
And honestly, you can take other things from our show that have been inside jokes and make them into band names. And it would be really funny to do a tour shirt.
Ham Drip is fucking
Oh,
pretty good name for a
Drip.
fucking bit. Yeah.
Well, they're headlining the EDM tent.
Well, it's three sisters that have drippy vaginas. Called the Haim.
Okay, so a Heim Drip.
Hyman.
So this is from Rare Insults subreddit. This is just funny. I like this because it's very specific things, which obviously are the best jokes. So the headline is, "This is probably the first time I've seen someone take a shot at a letter." So this is someone from Twitter. I don't know why they X'd out their name, but it's a screenshot of Twitter and it says, "Q is too high up in the alphabet. I respect it, but it has no place between P and R. Should be at the end with the weirdo goth letters." Calling the end of the alphabet weirdo goth letters like XYZ is so funny to me. I loved it so much.
I do too. I like that. I could see Q by it. Does make sense.
Okay. This was
I think what other letters belong at the end.
So this was from Suspiciously Specific, and this is a excerpt. It's a picture of a book, and it's from a book called The Manuel de Civilité pour les petites filles à l'usage des maisons d'éducation, book by Pierre Louis. And I don't know when it was written, but it seems probably, and what that translates to is The Young Girl's Handbook of Good Manners. And it was probably from back in the day in France, and you can hear it from the way it's written. It says, "Never ask a gentleman, 'Do you need a suck?' That is how little streetwalkers express themselves. Say in a low voice and in his ear, 'Would you like my mouth?' If he is a gentleman whom you have not previously sucked," and the title of this chapter is Sucking. "If he is a gentleman whom you have not previously sucked, do not start in by skillfully licking up and down his prick and behind his balls. He would form a bad opinion as to your past. Take his prick into your mouth modestly, lowering your eyes. Suck slowly. Spread your jaws apart so as to not bite and clench your lips so as to not drool. When the gentleman is about to come, do not interrupt yourself to ask him how his mother is doing, even if you had forgotten to do so before. When he ejaculates, silently swallow it all to the very last drop, and then say something nice about the taste of the liquor you just drank." First of all, they ain't wrong.
I mean, that turned me on a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like language, like Shakespeare and shit, was just a way to, say pound put, whatever, like songs back in the day, like were about sex. But words like this, it's just so funny they're trying to hide the raunchiness of that humans are animals. So,
yeah. And the guy that wrote that was so fucking turned on when he wrote. He was such a pro. We got to get to the final thought. This is one of the sweetest things ever. This is from I've seen this before and I wanted to share it. I don't know if it's going to translate to audio. I apologize if it doesn't. This is from the subreddit Hole Up, which means hold up. HOL up is the subreddit. It's a great one to check out. And it's things that you're watching and then at the end you're like, wait, what? In the end, there's always a twist. So this is, I think a PSA kind of thing
video?
That ran. Yeah, but the audio I think will suffice. This ran and it's 55 seconds long, so stay in there with me. It ran I think in Europe somewhere or in the UK. I don't remember which because I forget what their accent is like. But
the UK is Europe.
So it's a pregnant woman in her probably late 30s, looks like 40. at a bus stop, and there's an old man sitting next to her about 3 feet away on the chair. Like there's a chair between them, her purse is on it, and then there's this old man.
That's just a 22-year-old without Botox, Nikki.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is from the 90s. She's. You're so right.
Nice ham drip.
Okay.
Are you all right? Yeah. How far along are you? What? Well, I was just wondering how long.
Sorry.
21 weeks on Tuesday.
Not long to go.
It's easy for you to say.
You're finding it tough. You must be excited.
I'm scared.
Of what?
Everything.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
People say that, but what if I'm not?
You'll manage. Everybody does.
Do they?
What about your family?
It's complicated.
You don't get on.
You don't
It's
get
just
along.
me and my dad. And he's sick.
It'll be okay.
Come on, this is us. Dad. Come on.
The whole time it was her dad, and he has Alzheimer's. Isn't that sweet?
That is sweet.
He's just like, I love the idea of like, she seems like she's just like over this man talking to her, and like just the way you would be if an old man started talking to you and you're pregnant and you're just like, ugh, and you're like, but then she gets vulnerable. She's like, I'm worried. He's like, it's gonna be okay, and she's like, ugh. You know, any context you put that in, it's like, what do you know? Fucking old timer's dad that is giving me that I have to like change your fucking diaper now, and you don't even know who I am, or old man who doesn't even know who I am. Like, what do you know? And he's like, what about your family? She says, it's just me and my dad. And then him being like, it's gonna be okay. And then the bus pulls up and she's like, come on, dad. Like, it's such, whoever thought of that is brilliant. It is such a sweet twist. I loved it so much. Isn't it sweet?
No, I do like it.
So you can find that if you want to look it up and see it for yourself, because it's a great video. You just search within the subreddit HOLUP, HOLUP, and it's what a sweet man. And then they try to do an ellipses like ... but they use 5 ... wait ... hole up ... So that's how you can search for it.
Fuck that deadbeat dad too that left her. Piece of shit.
I want to share one more thing. This is in Too Afraid to Ask. Okay. How do orgies end? This person asks. Like everyone cuddles for a while, or each person walks out of the room awkwardly after they've had enough? Great question, I thought. How do you guys think orgies end?
I mean, I've seen an orgy and it ends when people come and then they just leave.
But I think sometimes...
I mean, I'm sure at times people come and then just wait around for the end for other people.
Sometimes sex ends and I'm just like, all right, let's go watch TV, or like you just kind of like lay in it for a second, and sometimes you're like, oh, I want to talk about it, but sometimes you're just like, all right. So everyone kind of does their own thing, like almost like the way after a game ends. But like,
well, I think it depends.
also,
I think if it's
when does everyone come?
Is it a pickup game? Because a pickup game, you don't really know the people. Everyone gets together and then you just leave separately when the game's over. If it's a orgy that's happened multiple times with the same partners, then then you do those things. Then you hang out after and get pizza.
Yeah. This is Broski225 says, it kind of depends, but usually a bit of both based on what do.
Yeah.
Some people will have other things to do that night, like you said, or in the morning, so they'll leave when they're done. But some people may stay all night and cuddle, etc. Also depends on the venue, but usually there's a hotel room. Someone else said, let me get to the next one. Sorry. Good game. They all like walk in a line and do the thing. Orange slices. A sudden and Capri Suns. A sudden realization that you work with half of these people. Someone said, cheer on the last people still going like it's the Grand National. That's funny. When I was in college, I had a job delivering pizza for a while. I once delivered a pizza to a hotel room. Inside were 2 couples in their 50s, men in boxers, ladies in bras and panties. So it appears that some orgies end with pizza, and I'm good with that. Or maybe the party just started.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I have to return some videotapes.
Maybe the AC wasn't working.
I don't know what that is. You know the scene from The Matrix 2 when Neo is fighting all the Smiths in the courtyard and Neo just flies away and all the Smiths look at each other and just shrug and walk away? That. Or someone, here's a tribute to Bob Saget. Typically someone says, and we call ourselves The Aristocrats, and everyone laughs and goes home. If you haven't seen The Aristocrats, it was popular in like 2005, 4 or 5. I'm going to say 4. It was a documentary that came out, and it's a filthy joke, and there's a documentary, and Bob Saget's all over it.
John Mayer had a great post about Bob. Did you see it?
Yeah, let me read it.
Maybe
I have
read
a little
that
bit of
on
time.
the way to go.
Yeah, there were some really great tributes to Bob that I really loved. I loved. Someone said no one ever said a bad thing about Bob Saget except his best friends.
Oh, I saw that. That was so
I forgot
funny.
who said that. It was a really good. It was a funny person. John made a white post that said it was blank
Oh no,
white.
I like the next one.
I know, but his first one said, "I love you, Bob. I will never forget you. I will visit you often in my memories, and I hope I get to see you in my dreams. I will tell my kids about you. I'm taking you with me forever." This, I realized, John Mayer wants kids. Didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
And then these are pictures of him and Bob. And by the way, as someone who is friends with Bob Saget, Bob fucking loved John Mayer like a son. He talked about him so glowingly. Chappelle and John Mayer were the two people that he talked about, and he was very defensive of, and he just thinks like a father talked about them. More so John, because I think John obviously is younger than Chappelle, but he talked about Chappelle as like a brother and John like a son. Like, he fucking loved John Mayer. It was really sweet.
I think we're gonna find out that John Mayer's only like 2 months younger than Dave Chappelle.
I mean, I think so, but there's just something. Maybe John needs a dad more than Chappelle
Yeah, no,
did,
I get it. Yeah.
My brother Bob, he calls him my brother. My brother Bob was a force of nature. This is John Mayer, a big, tall love monster who would hug me and rest his head on my shoulder. That's fucking Bob Saget for you. His love for I just have to say, this caption made me feel like I knew him really well, because I just knew all this. This is so true. His love for those around him was always accounted for. He was deep and wide and vast, and he would probably have made a joke about me saying deep and wide, because our listeners know Bob Saget could not let a sex joke, he would comment on any little thing that was like sexual. It was so funny. The man had range. I've met many people in my life, but when Bob crossed my path, I just held on to him and I wasn't letting go. I knew he was the realest thing. I would like you to know that the man you hope was as awesome as you think was way beyond what you can ever imagine. He was impossibly kind and generous and loving. And I have more to say, so please let me just do one more of these, okay? It's just the way it's going to be. And yeah, so I look forward to the next one from him. But yeah, I feel like I didn't do a good enough job in saying the things I wanted to say about Bob last night. But there's a part of me that feels like, I was reading all of these posts. Ryan Stout, I want to read his as well. Ryan Stout is a friend of mine who is a really hilarious comedian, and one of the people I kind of started. I would say we were in the same class. Mm-hmm. We started around the same time, around the same age. Dated briefly. Ryan Stout said, "My first experiences touring theaters was opening for Bob. All of the fanciest Hollywood homes I ever stepped foot in were because I was with Bob. My general understanding of how to navigate comedy, show business, and celebrity was developed with Bob's mentorship. He was so excited to share and elevate the lives of those around him. On dozens of occasions, I heard him say the words, 'I just want people to be happy.' But here's the thing that really gets me. Every year he called me on my birthday. And I wasn't the only one. He called a lot of people on their birthday. He must have been reaching out to multiple people every day. He had so many friends, and he made sure to check in on all of them, which is such a gift, because now, in his passing, his memory is a bridge that allows so many of us to check in with each other. I'm not in the habit of taking pictures with people, but over the years, I happened to collect a few with Bob. The blurry one is from our first show together. I ended up opening for Bob a few times that last year, and quite frankly, it was my first year, or that year. It was my first year in Los Angeles, and I wouldn't have survived it without him. Love you, Bobby." So many people felt the same way that I felt about Bob, and felt loved by him, and just this fatherly thing that I don't know. I keep thinking of people that I'm just as close as I was to Bob too, and if they died, would I have the same reaction? I think so, but there's something else about Bob that even though it was just deeper, there was something so I said it yesterday, I just felt like he loved me and would have dropped anything to be there for me. In fact, he kind of did. When I was having all those cameras around me for a while, he did a couple FaceTimes with me. Mm-hmm. We had to reshoot them, and he was always available, always cool about it, stayed on the phone with me way longer than he needed to.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad, because I have these 2 FaceTimes with him that you're going to see in the thing that eventually comes out with the cameras around me, where Bob is giving me advice and we're cracking up together. And Bob was the one that was like, do you want to screenshot this conversation so that you can use it as footage? And we were already shooting it like with a camera on the side. And I thought, and they were like, no, you don't need to. But because Bob said that, I started screenshotting it. And now I'm able to, like, I probably wouldn't have the footage of that ever. But now I have the footage of me having these like great conversations with him. And
my buddy opened, Brendan Ayer, who was on our U Up.
Yeah.
He opened for Bob. That's the first time I ever met Bob Saget. I went and watched Brendan open for him at Westbury in Long Island. And Ari came too, actually.
Aww.
So we both got to meet Bob Saget. And I remember we were like so nervous because we were still like probably 3 or 4 years in. And Brendan's mom came to one of the shows. And he actually writes about it in his thing. But Bob made sure the meet and greet didn't start before Brendan's mom came back to meet him and like tell him how great her son is, and made sure to like, no, hold off everyone, like I'm gonna like make this special for your family and stuff. I don't know, it was just like a little thing that he didn't have to do, that made him think outside himself in that moment. And I remember Ari was leaving early because there were like 2 shows or whatever to go do some shitty gig in like a shitty bar. Ari actually wrote me, and Bob was just giving him so much shit. He's like, why would you go and do a show for 3 people not listening when you could hang out here with us and have a good time?
Yes.
And just giving like shit to, and we like, I don't know, it's just a memory
I love
of like the
that.
first time like meeting him, and like just like it just shows though, like so many fucking huge comedians wouldn't fucking take time to meet your mom, like to even
he never
think.
thought he was cooler than anyone. He never. He was, and he's friends with fucking everyone.
Yeah.
Every famous person knows Bob Saget and loved him, and he was nice to everyone. And I'm really wanting to get a sweatshirt made with Bob Saget on it. I don't know why. Is that cheesy? Like a cool old timey, like, you know, America's Funniest Home Videos, like just his, you know, like cool sweatshirts, like the one Emil made of his dad. Like I really want a Bob Saget sweatshirt because I just want to like. I want people to go, I like your sweatshirt, and be like, let's just talk about Bob. Not so I can brag about being friends with him, just to be like, I want to talk
He
about
has
him.
one of those faces. The more photos I see, it's just like and that's why he was Danny Tanner. That's why
He's such a handsome man, and he aged so handsomely.
Yeah.
Like he was boyish in the
But
beginning.
he's big. I like a big softie.
He was such a softie.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that everyone that listened to the podcast, so many of our besties like reached out to me, and so many people, I don't know why this was so heartening to me, and it's kind of a brag. We have to wrap. I probably got upwards of 50, and that is not an exaggeration, people saying you were the first person I thought of when I heard Bob Saget died. And for some reason that makes me feel so fucking good, because I'm not crazy in thinking that he meant a lot to me, because I think that, you know, I think the people he's closest with probably didn't know how special our relationship was. That's the thing that bothers me, is that, like, you know, when Harris Whittles died, Harris and I like had a secret relationship. I would always sneak in through the back of his door to like hook up with him. Like we just didn't, I never was out with him in public. We would always like talk on AIM, and then I'd go over late at night and I'd leave. And so when he died, there was no one to like validate. Like when I was really sad, his friend, like showing up at his funeral, people would have been like, did you even know him? It's like, fuck, we just had this, and not that Bob Saget and I had a friendship. We actually had a friendship mostly on air, but you just, I don't know what it is where you just don't feel justified.
Yeah.
But I do, and I'm a song is coming out about him pretty soon, and I'm gonna try to put it on Spotify and everything, and you can listen to it. And it's a great song that I did not write, but I wrote the lyrics too.
I'll talk to Trevor too about Bit by Bees, maybe not doing a cover, but like letting it.
Yeah, I mean, I would love him to do the bass track on
yeah, he'll lay it down.
Yeah, Song for Bob is what I called it.
He'll probably charge you.
Thank you so much for this extended episode that went a little bit longer. Love you guys so much. Don't be cut. We'll be here tomorrow. I'll have a bee stung face and Jack
Hammer.